You think you're alone in your house until you see someone watching you from inside. Someone who looks exactly like you. Lily unlocked her front door and stepped inside, tossing her keys on the counter. She paused, feeling a chill run down her spine, convinced she'd just seen movement from the corner of her eye. Her security camera feed pinged on her phone. She pulled it up. 2 identical figures appeared. One was her, the other wasn't. The duplicate moved silently, gliding past the living room toward the basement door. Lily's heartbeat thundered. "Impossible," she whispered. She grabbed her phone, thinking it must be a glitch, but the feed showed her double turning toward the camera, mouth opening like it wanted to speak. Her hands shook as she replayed the footage. The double paused at the basement door and seemed to Lily froze. That was her door. She had never been downstairs. Suddenly, the figure vanished. The feed showed only Lily standing alone. Or so it seemed. That night, Lily couldn't sleep. Every creak of the house made her heart pound faster. She kept glancing at her phone, hoping to catch another glimpse of the double. But the feed stayed quiet. Hours later, a soft thump echoed from the basement, as if someone had lightly tapped the door. Lily convinced herself it was the house settling, until she noticed muddy footprints leading from the basement to the living room. The footprints were too small to be an intruder, too familiar. They matched her own shoes. Her phone buzzed. Security feed notification. Trembling, she opened it. And there she was again, standing at the basement door. The figure raised her hand and gestured downward, urgent but silent, like a warning. Lily felt an icy shiver. She realized this wasn't an intruder, it was herself. Against every instinct, her curiosity clawed at her. Her fingers hovered over the basement doorknob. Lily finally mustered the courage to step toward the basement door, her heartbeat deafening in her ears. She opened it slowly, the creak echoing through the empty house. Nothing, just darkness. Lily switched on her flashlight, the beam cutting through the thick gloom. A sudden movement at the bottom made her scream, but it vanished before she could see clearly. Her phone buzzed again, a new security alert. The feed showed her double inside the basement, looking back at her. Lily's breath caught. How was it possible? She was already there. The figure raised a finger, shaking its head slowly, urgency written in every gesture. Lily wanted to run, but something held her in place. A mixture of fear and curiosity. A whisper echoed from the darkness. "Don't go down." The next day, Lily tried to rationalize what she saw. Maybe it was stress, maybe a glitch in the security cameras. She rewatched the footage frame by frame, but the duplicate's movements were deliberate, impossible to fake. Lily even asked a tech friend to check for hacking, but no one had accessed the cameras. Every frame showed the same silent warning gesture toward the basement. Lily began noticing strange occurrences. Objects slightly moved. Doors she was sure she locked were ajar. She caught her reflection in the mirror. Just for a split second, it didn't mimic her movements. Her unease grew. The house no longer felt like her own. By evening, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being followed by herself. That night, she swore she saw a figure watching her sleep through the bedroom window. Objects on her desk began forming messages. "Don't open," spelled out with scattered papers. Lily questioned her sanity, but the handwriting was identical to her own. The duplicate appeared in the living room, visible only in the security feed, gesturing urgently again. Lily tried to confront it directly, speaking aloud, but no sound came from the figure. Doors slammed by themselves, lights flickered, and a cold draft whispered through the house. Her phone buzzed with a message she didn't send. "The basement, it's not safe." Panic clawed at her, but curiosity kept pulling her toward the basement. Her reflection in the hallway mirror shifted again, showing her double staring back. Lily realized her double wasn't just a warning. It was trying to prevent a disaster. One evening, the urge to understand overtook her fear. She gripped the doorknob. Lily paused and looked at the camera feed. Her double raised both hands in desperation. Every instinct screamed to run, but her legs moved down the stairs anyway. The air grew colder, heavier, as if the house itself was holding its breath. Strange markings appeared on the walls, symbols she didn't recognize, glowing faintly in the dark. Her flashlight flickered, illuminating the silhouette of a figure at the bottom. It was her double. Its eyes were wide, pleading. The duplicate whispered without a sound, lips moving urgently. "Don't open." Lily froze. The basement held a secret, one her double had come back in time to prevent. Lily's heart pounded as she stepped closer, her flashlight shaking violently in her hands. The symbols on the walls pulsed faintly, as though reacting to her presence. Her double raised both hands, pointing toward a heavy, rusted door at the far end of the basement. Lily's curiosity battled her fear. Every instinct screamed to stop, but she moved forward. The double's eyes seemed almost human, full of urgency and desperation. A whisper echoed in the room, chilling her to the bone. "If you open it, everything changes." She froze, but the doorknob gleamed in the flashlight beam, beckoning her. The double suddenly moved toward her, but not aggressively. It gently grabbed her wrist, stopping her hand. Lily realized in that moment, this figure wasn't trying to hurt her, it was trying to save her. The double spoke silently, lips moving rapidly, as if reciting a warning she could feel rather than hear. Lily's mind raced. Could it be her future self? The resemblance was uncanny. She glanced at the security feed. The footage showed both figures in the basement simultaneously. The double pointed repeatedly at the basement door, mouthing, "Do not open, do not open." Lily's hands shook as she reached for the door again, but the double grabbed her hand firmly. She noticed a faint scar on the double's hand, one she knew would appear on her future self. Panic surged through her. If she opened the door, something irreversible would happen. The double's eyes glimmered with urgency and fear, like she had lived through a nightmare and come back to stop it. Lily swallowed hard, finally understanding. She had a choice, and only one chance. Lily stepped back from the basement door, finally listening to her double's warning. Suddenly, the double vanished, leaving only a faint whisper in the darkness. "I tried to warn you." Trembling, Lily inspected the basement door. The handle began glowing faintly, as if warning her not to touch it again. Days later, Lily discovered old newspaper clippings hidden in the basement. Stories of people who vanished after opening the same door. She realized the house had trapped its occupants before, and the double had risked appearing across time to prevent her fate. Lily never went down the basement again, but every night, she checked the security feed, half expecting to see herself trying to warn a future version. Sometimes, in the corner of the footage, she could see a faint shadow waving silently. And in those moments, she understood, some warnings come from yourself, from the future. The basement door remained closed, dark, and foreboding. Its secret safe, for now. Even now, I check the security feed every night, just in case. Sometimes, in the corner of the footage, I see her again, my double standing silently watching me. Not as a ghost, not as a stranger, but as me. A reminder that some warnings only come from yourself, from the future. And that basement door? I'll never open it, because some doors are never meant to be opened, no matter how curious you are.